not only I am doing the lakes, I want to create at least 1,000, 10,000 people like who exactly think like me or better than me and who work for the ecosystem.
Thinking of a way to make the planet a better place is one thing, and doing it is another. Today, we speak to a man of action. Anand Malligavad, Bangaluru's very own lake conservationist, is on the path to winning back the city its original title of City of Lakes. We are humbled to be speaking to a man with such a great mission and hope that in some way, we play a role in reaching his conviction out to the world to inspire you all. So 18 lakes rejuvenated in a period of 5 years. How did that all happen?
So thank you for giving opportunity to talk with you. And journey started from 2016. From 15 onwards, I read in one of the newspaper that Bangalore will become a second zero water city after the Cape Town. So from there, I did not read and leave it. Then I started thinking like, if Bangalore goes zero water city, not only Bangalore, by 2030, 21 cities across the country will going to be zero water city. And we've seen already, like Chennai last year, 2 years back, there were no water and the entire offices closed. They brought water in the train and this thing. So I was thinking same way, like if we don't work on it, then it will going to be very dangerous for the nation. Then I started studying. Being a mechanical guy, I don't know much about ecosystem and other thing. Then I started studying about why it is going zero. What is the problem? And so many years there were water. Suddenly why they go? Like 2025, why they supposed to go that way? When I studied Bangalore and I learned that Bangalore entire water is depending upon lakes. About 1,000 lakes we destroyed most of them. Less than 50% we have. I said by losing the lakes, why do you get again zero water? I was also thinking like, just common sense, there is abundant water, sweet water available. Then I started studying like these are the lakes where they recharge the aquifers, confined and unconfined aquifers. Since we destroyed the lake and a lot of floods increased and carbon is increased because lakes also reduce a lot of carbon and increase the oxygen, right? So this ecosystem got disturbed and finally I started thinking that I should do something. And being a common man, if I create awareness, nobody listened to me. And it reached very few people. So I thought instead of creating awareness, and why don't I create models of lakes, and why don't we rejuvenate the lake? Then I started studying about how to do lake rejuvenation. Then I got into more scientific, technical, and physically I visited about 180 lakes. Then I started understanding the topography, soil condition, catchment, like everything. Then most of the lake, why they destroyed, what purpose they destroyed, how we should bring back. Then I got a challenge that now I learned about how to rejuvenate the lakes. But I also understood that how governments are rejuvenating, right? How much time they take, how much money they spend. It was very huge. They used to work on 6 months, 1 year, because being an employee, I will not be having so much of time. And they talk about 10 crores, 15 crores. You will not be having that much fun. Then I started working on like how to work and rejuvenate the lakes in a less cost, less time and sustainable way so that any individuals can rejuvenate the lake. That is how 2017, with the help of my own company, Sansara Engineering Limited, I took up a lake project of 36 acres, which I could able to rejuvenate in a less than 45 days, less than 1 crore. And it is very sustainable way. And as of now, last 6 years, that lake is got a full of water, never gone, less than 50%. I designed in such a way that rainy season it will be 95% and winter it will fall down to 70%. Summer it will come to 50. Again, it cycle continues. Same way it started working, and this is how journey started. And one by one, I could able to rejuvenate about 3 to 4 lakes along with the work. Then I seen the lot of tangible and intangible benefits for the society. Like a lot of borewells has been recharged. So many things are happening. The economy of the people changed. A lot of birds started coming. A lot of fishes. so much of changes happened. Then I finally decided that full time I should work on the lakes. Then I decided to leave my job in 2019 February, and last 3 years again I multiplied. Like 2017 I did 1 lake, 18 I did 1 lake, 19 I did 2 lakes, 20 I did 4 lakes, 21 I did again 4 lakes. This year I am doing another 8. So it means completely started this journey into lake only 24/7. In fact, if you see, like then I started thinking, like, only if I do rejuvenation, is it enough? I said no, because 36,800 lakes are available in Bangalore itself, Karnataka itself, 850 lakes around the Bangalore itself. So I need to have more people. Then I started talking about my own inspirational stories, like how I started journey, how I started rejuvenating, how I pulled corporates, how I convinced governments, then how I engaged the community. So how I started learning, experimenting my own lakes. Like if you see my 18 lakes, each one is different design, different concept, complete different phenomena. Then I started creating model lakes that where people easily they can understand without having a science and technical background. Any common man can understand. So that way journey started. Now I started going to schools, colleges, webinar, and so many areas I started working in. It will do one side inspiration, another side it is a technical sort of training, and another side bringing more corporates and governments into this kind of cause. So this is how journey is going up.
Okay, that's great. So you said your first lake was back in 2016, right? Can you tell me about what is it that you learned from that first lake? And maybe did you have, before you started the project, did you have a sense that there is a chance this may fail, it may not work? And the next thing I want to know is, what do you know now that you didn't know back then?
See, basically, I did not imagine too much about things initially when I started. When I got into lake, then I realized so many things which I did not capture. Like for example, encroachments. Encroachments out of 36 acres, about 12 acres of encroachment were there all around the lake. And it has become in encroachers, there were a politician, there were rich guys, there were poorest of the poor people. Say they have half acre, just 1/4 acre is encroachment, 1/4 acre is theirs. There is about 5 acre land. Out of the 2 acres is encroachment, 3 acres is somebody's land. Like that, when I got into this, then I was in very painful situation in such a way that to handle these emotional things. Some side rich people and politicians with their high pressure, somewhere it is a emotional feelings, right? That a half acre person come and hold hands with me and he stands there, sir, our life is this, I have 3 kids, and if you take half of the land, then what can I do, how can I do? Whereas bigger people, like they were putting a pressure, like so many politicians and all, they said that you can't clear the encroachment. Last 40-50 years we are in position. If you don't do lake, no problem, please get out. Like that, something is happened. Then also when I started rejuvenating the lake, and so many things I did not capture. Like for example, 4 earth moors, around 4 trucks I started work. When we started desilting, we started de-weeding, then we started constructing all around bunds, started creating islands for the birds. There was a short of money also, last moment, because I did not capture the GST, 18% of the GST tax at all. I never know that even for this kind of social work there is a tax, right? I got into so many troubles. Then we overcome very smartly in such a way that, and in the scope of work itself, without because every day you can't rejuvenate the lake, every 6 months you can't do that, one time job it is. We worked in such a way, smart way, that no foreign materials, no steels, no concrete, no stone pitching, something like that. We worked in such a way that we have worked basic on the lake water restoration and ecological restoration. So that made me to become a natural habitat creator now. See, it was not just by education or by passion or something. The money I did not have, but I wanted to complete full lake in such a way that we will not do half cook, half boil. That time I started thinking so many things and new ideas came, and thanks to all the villagers, they helped me a lot, giving a most of the best ideas without money, right? So that way, they given me a lot of ideas without money, how you can do full job. So those things. And also when lake was getting dried last 40 years, when I analyzed a lot of nalas which were encroached by the people. See, surrounding lake maybe 10-12 encroachers. When you go nala, it is 1 kilometer, you will have to face around 15-20 people again. I never imagined. when we started digging up the Nala, a lot of fightings, threats, so many things started happening. Those are all the problems, we faced. One is money, one is people threat, and another thing is taking people into confidence. They did not have any confidence on me. They were thinking, who is this guy? What lake he can do in 95 lakhs, how much he can do, whether water will come or not, and is it a proper system or not. See, they seen a lot of lakes with a stone pitching, grills, like a fencing, so much of beautification, interlocking tile curbstone. When I was doing this, when I was telling them already I spent 60 lakhs, they used to get shocked. So over a period of time, slowly they realized that, okay, it looks much better than those lakes and it is much sustainable. So these are all the challenges I faced. And today you see that is one of the best ecological lake. Reason is not because of my knowledge, my integrity or my dream. It is because of less money. I did not have resources and money, but I had a dream of doing something better. That is why it is come out.
Very nice. So I watched an interview where you had mentioned that, you're trying to look and learn a lot from the ancient practices, right? And you basically want an approach that doesn't cost that much money also and can be done quicker in line with ecological and sustainable practices. About creating that approach, I can't imagine it will be very easy. So do you have someone that you looked up to for inspiration, or any city that had a model that you adopted?
See, basically I visited about 180 lakes. Out of that, about 20-30 lakes which is already rejuvenated by governments or somebody else, and unrejuvenated lakes also visited. So more than, see, when you see rejuvenated lakes with the modern things, I did not find a better quality of water in it, neither there is enough water in it. But unrejuvenated lakes, which is an already natural habitats without destroyed. So those are all the lakes having the best quality water, lot of birds, lot of aquatic plants, so many things I see. So there I got inspired. So I wanted to do a not beautification lake, I wanted to do ecological lake, where I want all the weeds, all the flowers, like a native aquatic plants, lot of birds, insects, everything I wanted. And I wanted to have a clear water, right? If you see most of the city lakes which rejuvenated or beautified by governments, you can't touch the water. Only you enjoy with interlocking tile, curbstone, grills, this beautification plant, cutting. So I did not want that. I wanted to have a best quality water. I had a dream of giving the best quality water, and I wanted to have a lot of fishes, birds and all. So that is how it is inspiration is taken place. Then I started orienting more towards that. Then I started achieving that less time, less cost.
Okay.
So this is how journey started. Yeah.
That's beautiful, actually. I love that. So can you tell me about, alongside the lake rejuvenation, like you said, you ensure the return of ecosystem with flora and fauna. So can you tell me how you go about this and what's the kind of support you need on that end?
Basically, most of my lakes are rejuvenated with the CSR support, funding support. And what I do is, rather than just I'm rejuvenating, getting and rejuvenation of the lake project, I engage the community. I build a rapport with them. I become a good friend of villagers. Say, for example, out of 500 houses, all may not be good people, all may not be bad people, all may not be like-minded people also. Every village I get 10-20 people like-minded, make them good friendship with them. I start talking to them, building rapport with them. Then slowly I expand, people in that village. It will take about 2 to 3 months for me. Then I go to Gram Panchayat. Then I get a approval from them. Then I look for the corporates. Say 100 corporates, if I pitch and I propose this lake, maybe 1 or 2 will come. Out of 1,000 ratio, if you see now 1 or 2 is coming. About 5,000 corporates I approached, I think 18-20 came, right? So that way I bring a corporate funding. Then after that, what I do is I go every home. I tell them that, see, now corporate came, let's rejuvenate. And I also tell them example of already rejuvenated lakes. See, these are all the lakes we rejuvenated. These are all the changes happened. These are all the water quality. This is what happened. So please, I need your support. Then I start working on a de-weeding, a lot of debris dumped in, so much of sewage, junk, everything is thrown into lake. I clear everything. Then I create a more water holding capacity, 2 to 3 times. And out of that desilted mud, I create a bunds around the lake, so that there will not be fencing or anything. Bunds only act as a fencing for me. Then I create a walking track in surrounding such a way that without concrete or structures, with a gravel base, so that people can walk and their health condition will going to improve, right? And I also plant a lot of native trees, fruits, medicinal, flower bearing trees. Whereas, we don't want to cut and do bonsais kind of thing, and I don't use modern grass. I use Vorelia, vetiver, such grasses where they can retain the soil and they control the soil erosion. And also they sink a lot of carbon, produce oxygen. Like Vorelia kind of plants where it is a such a dominant plant that nothing will grow other than Vorelia. Need not to maintain it, need not to water it. Like 9 months it will have a flower. A lot of bees, butterflies come. Because of bees, butterflies, a lot of birds come. So like that, natural. And also I don't bring up fishes from the these sellers, right? I get up fishes native from the other lakes, right? We put it into this so that they already survived thousands of years. They adjusted to this thing. See, like whatever we get it from fisheries department, they don't multiply actually. They grow big to eat. I don't want them to grow big to eat. I want them to multiply. I want them to have their life cycle. Right. So these are all the things slowly, we started building, and a lot of support from the people. Of course, nowadays governments also slightly they are, inclining towards me. Earlier they were not having a faith. They thought that what this guy is doing for publicity, or maybe some gimmick he is doing, or something like that. But slowly they understood. And BDA, BBMP, such a departments, there are a lot of seniors. They work with so many projects, but they thought that this guy is entered just 2 years. He is talking about 10 lakhs. 20 lakhs. When I declared 2025, I'm going to do 45 lakhs. Everybody thought that this guy is simply bluffing people, right? But now they realized, already he's touched about 23 lakhs. It means this guy will achieve. So I don't want 2025. By 2023 itself, I'll complete 45 lakhs. So this way, government started, people started, corporate started, a lot of students, social media, print media, electronic media, they started popping it up in such a way that these are all possible. So one is social media, print media, how it is helping is, it is also creating inspiration in people. They are also bringing hopes in people. People lost hope on lakes, forest. They thought that nothing could come back. Okay, then also they started showcasing in such a way that one village boy came to Bangalore, non-native guy, and is not qualified about environment. When he can do it, so many things, right? And also he don't have much experience, nothing at all. But when he can do, you can also do that. Hopes they got. They also started inspiring corporates. Corporates were thinking like education, this, that, so many things and all funding. But now they started showing interest in water bodies we can do, right? Less cost, less time, and they're all sustainable. So these are all the things. Various, and also more than everything, nature blessed me, right? Every lake I created. See, creation of the lake is in human hand. Bringing bees, butterflies, birds is in nature only. Filling the lake with water is nature. Nobody can fill up the lake with the tankers or borewells or anything, right? Every lake I rejuvenated, not 2 months or 3 months maximum, they were dry. Within that, they got all filled up. And last 5 years, 6 years, so all the lakes are always filled with fishes and other things. And nature, whatever I spend, few little amount money with effort and all, that is peanut in front of the nature, because it took a lot of responsibility in its shoulder and filled my lake and made it a real ecological hospital. So these are all the supports, and also big support from my family.
Okay.
In fact, I left my lucrative job, corporate life, everything, and daily I'll be in a lake, and people don't know when they attack me and what will go happen, builders mafia and all. After having a lot of fears, still family says, please continue your journey, you love it. So these are all the huge supports I got from the environment.
Like we were one of those people maybe who were in Bangalore 5 years ago, and we would see that Varthur Lake, the foaming.
Yeah.
And we were like, why is this happening? Like, why is this happening? It's healthy. It's not good for anyone. And we were those people who just questioned it and never went to do anything about it. So I know it takes so much of an effort to actually go and make a difference. And you're really out there doing something, for Bangalore, and I think for the world in general, for our future generations.
So in fact, I was earlier focusing on Anekal Taluk, about 45 lakes. Now east, west, north, south, central Bengaluru, everywhere I started expanding myself.
Correct.
So I was earlier focusing on South Bengaluru only, because I also started with a not full confidence. I don't know whether corporates will accept me, people accept me, and how many days this journey will going to continue. And governments put a ban on me. Anything can happen, right? Or something goes my wrong design, something breaches, some invasive plant grows, aquatic life. will go in wrong. I also had a fear. That time, very cautious I was. Every lake I was designing, every lake I was executing, I was very cautious because of to fulfill my dream, I should not be failed. So that way I started journey. So now across the Bengaluru I started, not only across the Bengaluru, even Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, right? Assam, so many like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, so many people I'm in touch with. Maybe probably by 2023 end, every state will have one lake. That is my dream. And also not only I am doing the lakes, I want to create at least 1,000, 10,000 people like who exactly think like me or better than me and who work for the ecosystem. Like I go a lot of colleges, business management colleges, like so many colleges. I tell them startups can be in a lake restoration, startup can be in a forest, startup can be in a wildlife. In IT, BT, in other all the service industries, we are serving entire the globe, but we can serve for the entire globe with environmental causes. So let's have more startup in such things. So that way, expanding is going on now. Also, a lot of learning and a lot of experience with my own lakes. This, I don't want youth or anyone who start with this cause from scratch like for me. They want to start from certain height. So I was started from 0, reached 8. They don't want me to start from 0. They want them to start from 8 so that they can do better job than me. So this way things are going very well and very supportive. Most of the countries, like 140 countries, a lot of emails, they are in touch with me. They are in WhatsApp, they are in social media touch that across the planet we want to do. So whole idea before I leave this planet, I want to see that lake is becoming a main criteria, because lake is not a just surface water. Lake is a lungs of the earth. Lake is below water, above water. See, anything you create, it helps for only 84 crore species. Sorry, one human, right? One lake can help for 80 crore species. Animals, birds, insects, tiny microorganisms to everything. And also it reduces a lot of carbon, produces a lot of oxygen. And it is the economy of the people. When without water there is no life. When water is there, then there is a greenery. When greenery is there, there is a food. When food is there, then everything. So water is base. We all evolved from water. So my entire life will be dedicated only for water and afforestation.
Can you tell me how long on average does a lake rejuvenation project take from start to finish? How much manpower do you need? How much funds are involved in projects? Just give me an estimate.
Say, for example, my lowest time is 45 days. Highest time is 75 days as of now. It is, I think, world's, maybe most of my projects are, I don't think anybody is done. I am not telling with ego. Yeah. I am telling proudly that 45 days nobody is rejuvenated as of now in the world. 75 days highest. Any size you give me, 75 days. If you give me 3 acres, I need at least 45 days. If you give me 100 acres also, if you give me 10,000 acres also, I can do in 75 days. I worked out in such a way that I make a graph. 10,000 acres, I put a graph, I put a proper resources and everything, and I run in such a way that I can do in a 75 days. That is one. Less time is very important because 2025 is nearing to us. 2025 is nearing to us. Beyond that, if you put with so many things also, it will not be in our control. We have to do it very fast. And also, cost. Say, example, like a 36 acre, I could able to do it in a less than 95 lakhs. 40 acre, 47 acre. Now, in fact, I'm working on 110 acres, which is only 5 crore rupees. 110 acre, imagine. So again, target is again maximum 75 days. So maximum I achieved like 4 to 5 lakhs per acre for a dry dead lake. 6 to 7 lakhs for a sewage filled lake. If you see, without STP, without chemical, without electricity, without any modern material, I am drinking a sewage water which is coming from our drain, and the end of the lake final panel, kids are swimming in it. So that is the highest achievement. I got it in a water treatment also. Earlier I was just desilting, increasing water holding capacity, all those things. Now I have touched water treatment, like 5 lakes I rejuvenated as of now, and without having a additional cost. Within this budget only, I trap plastic, PET bottles, thermocol and all, and I trap the sludge and excess nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur. I am using a lot of aquatic plants like canna, elephant ear, vetiver, star grass, umbrella grass, lotus, lilies I use. I extract the nutrients from them, and I also expose water to the meandering style, like left, right, up and down water moves, like how our river moves. Then they are exposed to ultraviolets. We remove the anaerobic bacteria from that, increase the aerobic bacteria so that there will not be methane gas. Then again I move the water into the fish big pond where the fishes, they do aeration for me, like that. And the entire treated water I use it for forest around, and I separate the rainwater lake and I separate the sewage water lake. Say for example 10 acres lake is there, out of that 1 lakh liter water is there. All 1 lakh is not from sewage, 20,000 liters going sewage and spoiling 80,000. It has become 1 lakh like a sewage water. So I just segregate it like dry waste and wet waste. So like that, 1 STP to put 4 MLD, it is going to cost you more than about 1 crore, 2 crore. 20-30 lakhs I could able to bring back those system, and monthly they need to spend about 1.5 lakh for electricity, chemical, dedicated operator, technicality, all those things. Whereas zero maintenance. Naturally water come, naturally it will get settled, naturally aquatic plants will absorb, naturally fishes will do aeration. That way I started working also. So say around 6 to 7 lakhs per acre cost, which I am changing. And also sustainability, if you see, I don't just work on a number games, right? So just I rejuvenate, just walk out. So last 6 years, whatever lakes I rejuvenated, I see that every month 2-3 times I go there, meet people, engage, go around, walk, see that nothing goes wrong, right? If something is going wrong, I address them. Like most of the people who is maintenance activity they are helping is walkers, joggers, that who takes dog around, cyclers. They all know that Anand rejuvenated lake, morning 5 to 7 to 8 they send me picture. Somebody throws some beer bottle, something else, pet bottles, they take a picture and send it to me. I send that picture to village. I have a committee, so those committee will going to address. If they can able to address, fine. If they could not, then I have to go. I have to talk to them. Any actions has to be taken. Same, some saplings are, somebody is grazing, somebody is cutting branches, or somebody is getting dry. So anything is there, I get the information from all the community who connected to the lake. If you see morning 5 to 7, evening 7 to about 5 to 8, you will find thousands of people walking around my lake. They are the sensors for me. They are the cameras for me.
Correct. That's so nice. You've actually created a community around your lakes.
Yes.
Many people would have not stepped out to walk if you didn't have such a beautiful lake for them to walk around.
Yeah, there is no fencing, there is no gate, nothing. See, the more you cover, the more you lock, the more nuisance will take place. The more free you leave it, right? The more betterment will be there. That is what my belief. See, so many people tell without fencing, gate and all. Like how are you managing? People may throw. Once people connected to lake, when there are already a lot of people available, then nuisance will be less. Like leaving sewage, throwing debris, boozers, all those things will not be there. When it is a empty place, nobody is there. Their things will take place, right? So this is the belief, and maintenance part is very easy for me because people around the lake, walkers, joggers, they only take. And I have one gardener from corporate help where they do watering for 2 years. 2 years only we do watering. After that we don't do watering. Naturally, this will grow. Maybe chopping the branch or something like that, small work, 5-10 labors I take, get it done yearly once or twice. So lakes are fantastic. No maintenance cost.
Waste that is collected from the lakes that you all work on, how do you all prevent this from going on happening?
Yeah. See, any lake, if you see 20 acres, 30 acres lake, what I do, once your plastic, thermocol, PET bottles, old chappals, like paste, waste, brushes, plastic, so many things, they flow now. When you allow them to lake and they spread full area, then it is very difficult for us to handle. Whenever wind, whichever flows, they are all free floating. What we do is initial stage only we lock them. We use bamboo and like bougainvillea, something like that plantation we do in such a way that they will be trapped there only. What we do is before rainy season we remove those plastics, everything, and put it in one area, like waste pickers and all. They take that and they generate the revenue. Got it now. So we remove those plastics, waste and all, we put it in one dustbin so that they collect it, they go for recycling. Okay, in wind and other thing, common phenomena, so much of things flow and come and fall in the water. So maybe 6 months once, yearly twice. We do some cleanup drive, volunteering drive and all. 10-20 people, morning we start 5-6 o'clock. Up to 7-8 o'clock, we pick up all the plastic trash and all. We call nearest local authority who pick the waste. So we hand over it to them. Then we go for recycling. That is for a plastic, thermocol, PET bottle. Sludge, every lake, for example, there will be various levels of sludge holding tanks. The moment sludge is raised, maybe 3-4 years once, there are centrifugal pumps where we can keep a pump into it. Then they only suck the sludge. That sludge, whatever we suck, we put it for the saplings because it's a very good manure for the saplings.
Oh, okay.
It is very rich nutrient because there is a biomass, NPK is there, sulfur is there, right? Lot of powerful things are there. Those things we use it for plants. When plants also grow well. That is why in our lake we never use any fertilizers and pesticides. And all the leaves eaten by any insects, we are happy, no problem. Sometimes all the leaves will go off. I don't mind, I don't bother. Sometimes all the flowers are eaten. No problem. Because this is the place for them, not for us. Right? We created the habitat for them only. See, everybody spray the pesticides, put a fertilizer, try to kill them. So where can they live? So they come to my lake. My lake is ashrama for them. So that way. And also in the water quality enhancement, a lot of native lotus, lilies and all we put. They purify the water. They balance the evaporation and percolation rating. They are the best for the fishes in my lake. Right? And when we rejuvenate initially, whatever sludge and silt is there, there will be 3 layers. One is rich clay, nutrient, and second layer is gravel with clay. Third layer is gravel, fully gravel based. So that rich nutrient, everything clay is there. It may be having little bit more nutrients. We use it for all around the walking track. Inside the walking track, we put it, and above that clay and gravel is there. We lock it in such a way that it will not be exposed to sun, it will not be exposed to rain. The moment we lock it, see what happens when it is exposed to rain. Again, leachate may come and join the lake. When it is exposed to sun, then the evaporation, it may release some toxic gas. The moment we lock it, like how people do land filling, right? Same way we lock it. Once it is not exposed, then slowly vegetation will grow and sun also will not reach, moisture also will not go. Then once it is sealed, it will become a best manure. And all these saplings what we plant, initially 2 years only we give them this manure, like what I was talking, sludge, watering and all. Later on, they do not require anything because it is a porous soil with a full nutrients, rich soil with moist. So they grow rapidly. They start growing rapidly because it is already inside. Like how you are one pot full of soil you put, but when one pot put up cocoa pit, cow dung and mud mixed and put it a plant. So little water only they grow well because porous bed can allow roots to grow. The moment roots, porous bed, water and nutrients are there, then saplings will grow fast. So this is how my lakes, if you see, very healthy they are. And also we use around 60-65 variety of native trees, plants and other things in such a way that we don't chop their branch and all. We leave it like that only. So what happens? One season something flower will come, one season fruits will come, one season there are fresh leaves. So there is abundant food. So they don't attack for one tree only. Maybe one branch they eat away, another trees they go away. Like that, instead of going against insects, instead of going against nature, we accommodate them in such a way that they have enough abundant things for them.
It's so nice. So you've actually kind of made it like it is their home and we are just coming to visit once in a while.
Yes.
I actually wanted to ask, now this Bathur lake, what is that foam that comes up? That is something I never got that question answered.
Yeah.
So you might be a good...
Basically, there are 2 lakes which are in a stage of foaming and even burning also. A lot of fire you can see. There is Bathur and Bengaluru. There are 2 lakes, Bathur and Bengaluru. What happens? These lakes are very large water bodies, right? And they are interconnected with so many other lakes which is coming from the city, right? In the city, small streams, lakes, everything, they all overflow into this lake. What happened? All the industrial effluents, then nutrients and detergents, so many things, they flow into this lake. What happened? Once ultimately, see, there is a certain percentage which water can manage. Water has got a very powerful life. Lakes are not simple. Lakes are lungs of the earth, we call. They've got a very powerful. There are a lot of aquatic plants, microorganisms, so many things available in the lake which they purify. They have a capacity, but there is a limit. Like people booze. If they are limited in a boozing, then your kidney, everything will take. If you morning to 24 hours, if you booze, your kidney and liver will fall. Same way there. Lot of sewage flown into the lake beyond the control. They killed the entire aquatic life. They spoiled entire soil, microorganisms, everything. And what happened? Then they started reacting each other chemicals. The moment they react each other, then see, basically like water. Water has a dissolved oxygen. Because of dissolved oxygen, then there will be fishes. There will be microorganisms. There will be a lot of things where they consume all excess nutrients, biomass, everything. The moment dissolved oxygen is zero, they all die. The moment they die, it is become a dead lake. So what happens there? Anaerobic bacteria will grow. They start generating the methane gas, and a lot of chemicals they react each other. So through that, then foam will going to form. The moment foam form, that is a highly flammable.
Then the fires.
That is catching the fire. So it means completely final stage of cancer. That lake. There is no option for bringing back. So what government does, what I does is, if you work on a Vartur and Bengaluru lake, right, there are almost hundreds of acres, right? Hundreds of acres, you need hundreds of crores, and you need years to gather time. And you you invest and rejuvenate that lake. Again, it will not be sustainable. Reason is, when your inflow is bad, again it will get contaminated.
Correct.
So I am working on stream wise. Say for example, I am working on one of the valley, which is Anekal Taluk, that valley, where there are about 11 streams, about 45 lakes. They all flow into one lake called Hennagara Lake. That is a 450 acres lake. I did not touch that lake. I am not going to touch that lake. What I am doing is, each lake I am rejuvenating stream wise, interconnected in such a way that once you rejuvenate, you create a water holding capacity, you naturally filter them, naturally create a habitat. Then whatever overflows into main lake will be good quality water. Partially that lake will going to survive another 5-10 years. You are increasing slowly that life of that lake. By 2025 or 26, when I rejuvenate everything, then that lake, by the time I will have a lot of corporates, people will have a confidence, and a lot of community are engaged. So many coverage will happen place, everything. Then people start investing on me, maybe 50 crore, 70 crore. Now nobody invests, right? So that time I can propose bigger lake that I can rejuvenate. See, now 150 crores, that time only 40-50 crores I can alter it, make it a proper place. And also maybe instead of 5 years, 1 year's time I can change it. So that is the idea. So I am telling governments and everybody not to rejuvenate a larger lake, not to rejuvenate a rivers. No, you have to work from the root. Don't work on a stem and branches. See, stem is a bigger lakes like Vartur, Bengaluru. Branches are like a river. Don't work on branch and stem. Work on roots. Root is what? First you do rainwater harvesting on your roof. Please use that water. Second is whatever falls, storm water, please percolate there. Then work on canals, work on small kuntas, work on small lakes, medium lakes, large lakes, then river basin, then ocean.
Correct.
So my whole idea is, by rejuvenating all these streams, all these lakes, macro level, I am rejuvenating one river called Penniya River.
Okay.
Penniya River, from Bangalore it flows to Tamil Nadu. See, end of the day, Bengalurians are in luxury. We are putting shampoo, our hairs are so smooth, detergents, we are so nice, and we wear a best cloth. The farmer who work in a Penniya River, who grow paddy for us, who grow vegetable for us, everybody, they are suffering. There is huge problem is happening. Because of our luxury, they are in a trouble actually. Okay. Then whatever they produce, whatever you thrown, same thing will come in a food chain for you. Right? Whatever Tamil Nadu surrounding, that Sulgiri, everybody they are producing, that is a waste water only they are using for it. Because river don't have good water. It has got a dirt water. Same dirt they use it. Then they grow it. It come back to us only. So that is why I tell always in all my talk, when you see the sky and spit, right? Same thing will fall on your face.
Correct.
What you do here, same thing will come back to you. That is why health hygiene is gone, and those farmers are in very bad shape, right? So if I do correction from our side here, then reflection will be there. More plants, more water bodies, more thing. Lakes are flood mitigators. If you have a better water holding capacity, no lake will flood. 2017, highest rain came. My lake did not overflow. Just 2021, we received highest rain in Bengaluru. Out of my all the Latin lakes, one lake is not overflown because we have enough capacity. We hold it. You don't have a capacity, you don't have a holding capacity, they all overflow. They create a flood in low-lying areas. My lakes, no flood. They're all holding.
Wow.
See, we have a 3% water, highest we have to hold it for our recharge, our refreshments, birds, animals, everything we need water, right? One is we are creating holding, one is we are creating a more underground recharge, we are creating a larger forest, shade will be there, we sink carbon, everything. So once this ecosystem is built, up to ocean it going to have result.
Correct.
Like ocean, what water goes also, it will be good quality.
Good quality.
Where sweet water and salt water merge, there a lot of breeding will take place. Like all tortoise, fishes, so many things. They do breeding in the merging point of the ocean. Like sweet water and salt water, where they merge, it will take place there. The moment you leave a effluent chemical, everything, so that is why today tortoise and all, they are in extinct. Aquatic life of ocean is in very bad condition. So that is why we are working from small roof to small lake to big lake. Like I told you, 3 acres first my lake. Second is 18 acres. Third is 36 acres. Fourth is 25 acres. Like fifth is 450 acres. Sixth is about 1800 acres. Then it goes to river.
Correct.
So need not to touch. That is why Bengaluru, Varturu, these are all spoiled because of from root cause we are damaging it. So we have to correct it from root only. You are sitting in home, your roof is leaking, you are getting thousands of rupees machine to clean, vacuum cleaner, and it is not a permanent solution. We have to plug the roof.
Correct.
You have to stop leaking. So once you stop leaking, you need not to have any equipment. So instead of investing on floor, you invest on roof. That is why I am doing it. I am investing on small lakes. I am investing on medium lakes so that river will be saved, ocean will be saved. This is it.
I love that correlation. I think the way you've said it is just perfect. Like I think you just have the most a very good approach on how this situation, like it seems like when you first look at it, it looks like a very intimidating sort of problem in front of you, but the way you're handling it, like you're breaking it down and you're like, let's start small and then build up to that issue. That's such a great approach. And one more thing, like an observation that I had, like usually when people just hear the words lake conservationist, they'll think, okay, it's just one aspect, but you're actually following such a multidisciplinary aspect. There is a lot of economics involved. There's a lot of biology, chemistry, everything is involved in this. It's such a great thing that you do, sir.
You know what? Water is base for everything. Like manpower, you need for service industry. You need water. Morning they have to brush, they have to take a bath, they have to take a food. You want to work on animal husbandry, animals also need. You want to work on agriculture, they also need. You want to work on cloud computing, you need a chiller, you need water. There is nothing without water.
Correct.
Anything you do, you need water. Right? Paper mill, anything, electricity, everything from water. Tell me one thing in the planet without water.
Nothing.
See, this body is 70% of the water. The entire planet also 70% of the water. Without water, there is no life.
Correct.
So people says that no, mine is IT industry. I don't consume water and all that. Toilet flushing, you need water. Your employees taking bath is needed. Just imagine today all the taps are closed. The entire world will go to stop.
Correct.
Because one human being has to wake up, he has to brush, he has to take bath, then activity will start.
Very true.
So entire economy is standing on water. See, if you see our ancestors, if you see our golden days, how it is evolved is, livelihood is built in a like a nearby water only. Harappa, Manjodar, Egyptian, whatever is happening, it's all water body. Right? So water is so important. And also water is so dangerous that out of 80 crore species, human only convert good water into grey water. None of the species they convert. You just check. So we are the highest contributor to convert fresh water into grey water. And we love fresh water, we highest hate grey water. It comes from our body only. See, we say like this, no, dirt. If you see my work in a lakes, I work. We smell the quantum of the sludge, the kind of color of the water. If you see, you will literally cry. Yeah. Where will go it? It cannot go out of the planet. We don't have any pipeline from this planet to another planet we can transfer. No, whatever we generate, it will be roaming here only. See, I flush, it will go to next house. Next house flush, it will go to next house. Same underground, we are going to take back again. Yeah. So it is a very, very entire planet is depending upon only water. When water is not there, nothing will be there.
So one thing, now if someone is really interested and inspired by your mission, how could they join? How could they do something? How could they play their part, no matter age or where they're from or how much money they make? How can every single person contribute and make a difference?
Yes. See, common man like me need not to become a lake conservationist, water conservationist, environmentalist. In morning we woke up till go back to bed. We respect the water, we love the water, we use it very, very nominally. This water is for luxury. This is a free commodity. We want to have shower, tub, bath, everything is fantastic. Drink as good as water. Wash a good cloth. I am not telling that weekly once you can take a bath. But every drop, we should utilize it carefully. That is the biggest contribution, more than me it is. 135 crore people start shaving one drop. Imagine how much water. We leave it in the underground. That is one. Second thing, if you are really concerned, you are really love me, my work, you are really inspired with me, first you practice, change your family members. Tell them that this is a gift I am giving it to an environmentalist, that let's save the water. Carefully we do it. That is second. Third, you have a still courage, your layout or your community, start talking about water. This is a zero investment, zero time required. See, morning your activity, if you each individual start saving, there is no investment. Like they need not to leave job or they need not to think about their sustainability and all. It is not required. Family, their community, still they have a courage to do something. Then nearby water bodies, start going there, walking there, start connecting. Take a 10-20 friends, then go there and create a ownership of that lake. But nobody is connected, because earlier lakes were lifeline, lakes were drinking water, lakes were connected to the livelihood. But because of pipeline water, now no need of lake for us. But pipeline water is coming from lake only. That we are forgotten. So go to lake, start owning it. See that somebody will not dump, somebody will not waste something. Still we have a courage. Please contact some experts. Start talking to them. Start planning some rejuvenation plan or something like that. Still we have a courage. You are working for one company. Please talk to your HR that, see, your total budget 100 rupees, do 70 rupees whatever you want. 30 rupees for water bodies and forestation you please spend. Right? You educate them. Still we have a courage. Make small videos of your lake. Start putting in social media somewhere. Before, after, so that inspiration will come.
Correct.
Right? Start, writing a blogs about my dreams, my vision, my goal. It should not be with me only. When I leave this planet, because I am also in limited period. When I leave this planet, it should not die. Please spread this. And it should not be, like a Anand's era. It should become a somebody's era also. And everybody's got, like you, this is the highest level of contribution. One guy from India, in a Bengaluru, in a one taluk, in a one small village, I created a lake. Whole world today you are showcasing it, you are inspiring it, bringing a well awareness. This is also highest level of contribution. So one tiny person, see, water body, lake rejuvenation, environmentalist is a secondary thing. If person wants to achieve something in their life, in their interest, their passion, their goals and vision, so need not to have a qualification, need not to have a highest knowledge in it, need not to have all the resources available, need not to be influenced guy. Just start working, start focusing on what you're dreaming. You will slowly reaching milestones. And you become a small to big, big to big, big to big. Then you become a inspirational guy and you become an influencer. Anything in life. Work on menstrual hygiene or work on some water quality, work on some forest, work on like a community engagement, work on women empowerment. Anything you feel. Need not to become all lake conservationist. There are lakhs together issue in this planet. Address it. Remove 10 nails every week in every tree. You are doing that. So don't leave. Don't come as a kid. Don't go as an old man. Like lakhs together, close together people, they come and go. You also one among them. Leave something and go. Somebody asked me, what did you earn out of it? What did you do? I said, I earned about 250 acres land. I have about 1 lakh saplings. I have 158 lakh cubic meter of water holding capacity. So it is government one is. I said in RTC copy, your name is there until your life. After that, it will be deleted.
Correct.
So my earning is my lakes.
Correct.
Why do you construct beautiful house? Can you sleep in all the 10 bedrooms? No. You sleep in 1 bedroom only, right? And why do you become so rich? Can you eat 10 kg rice? No. Only this much only we eat.
Correct.
What we see that house, what pleasure, what enjoyment you are getting in your house, I am getting in my legs. It is my earning. I am happy with that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Really, such a nice person to talk to. I feel so happy after this interview. I feel a little scared also because there are so many problems. You're right, but the way you're tackling it, it's such a beautiful thing that you do for the world and for Bangalore. Because I've seen Bangalore like that, and I have tears in my eyes because it made me feel so sad. And I know the change that has been there, and you're just doing a fabulous job. Yeah.
Most of the time, even for me also, a lot of tears came. Most of the time, but I control. But certain time I also cry myself because sometimes I also become so emotional. Reason is entire planet, people are being money, people are being post, people are being so many things. End of the day, what we are living for our next generation, what our kids can do.
Exactly.
100 feet water today reach 1200 feet. Some of the area, arsenic material started extracting from the water. The more low you go, the more dangerous material you get.
Correct.
And whatever we earned, see, health will go wrong for only 3 reasons. One is bad air, bad water, bad food. That's it.
Correct.
You see, education and the environment, and you can see health sector was a free commodity today. They are most expensive commodity today.
Exactly.
Everybody we invest on water, buying water and giving to hospital and education. Who will address it? Correct. You have to address it, I have to address it. Other than us, who will do it? Sometimes so many people ask me emotional question. Sometimes I can't cry, I can't keep quiet, sometimes I block myself. If you think everything is possible in this planet, and let's not think that somebody will do. No. We will own, we will do, I will do. I will.
Very nice.
And what happened, see, last 3 years, one village boy came from the small tiny village in the competitive Bangalore without knowing proper English or anything, right? Without having adequate knowledge. I'm a government school student. How much effort 16 years I might have put to reach that level. I left that entire job, I started from scratch. I am also eating daily, I am also wearing cloth. People talk about settling in life. How can you settle? Atoms and molecules to entire universe is roaming. how can you settle in one place?
Correct.
Obviously, we need money, we need a position to live, but that should not become life. We are not born for that only. We need it.
Right. It's been a fabulous interview. I've learned so much, and I've learned so much about your mission. And I love the way that you outlined that entire answer of how, everyone can help in their own way based on how much they can do. And every little thing makes a difference. It's such a nice way you've put it across. I'm so happy that we did this interview. And I have faith that I am going to be leaving a better future for my son and, for our kids and his kids. Especially because of you and people who are following in your footsteps. So thank you so much.
So you opened up. See, it is depending upon. See, there will be a lot of things inside ourselves. Emotional, scientific, technical, economical. So many things will be there. It is depending upon person who sits in front of us, patiently who listen to us, who can bring it out. Okay, such people like you, who is a passionate and who loves such nature and other things. Thank you so much for your time and effort.